Okay, how's everybody doing? Of course, my name is Kent. The channel is EOS San Diego, and I appreciate you taking the time to watch this video. It means a lot to me, and I very much appreciate it. So, of course, the first thing I want to talk about tonight is I want to talk about the markets, because the markets have been on fire for EOS. And as a matter of fact, it's up almost 40. In fact, for a while today, it was up over 40% over the last 7 days. So that is a pretty significant increase over the last 7 days. And it's actually, I think, actually picking up a little bit. So as far as volume is concerned, let me take a look at the volume. But EOS is really, really doing well right now, and there's a lot of good news to come to back it up. So actually volume is 1.7 billion with a almost $4 billion market cap. So things have gone very well over the last few days. And I think that things will continue to go up. So that's what we're looking for. So the first thing I want to make mention to tonight is I want to make mention to my son. Right there he is. His name is Chase. And of course, he helps me out a lot with everything we do in crypto. In fact, he's the one that got me into crypto. He discovered it quite a few years ago and talked about it quite a lot with me. And I didn't understand it, but the more he talked to me, the more I got it. So he really was the inspiration and the ideas for everything that we're doing now with Challenge, EOS San Diego, and everything else we do on the blockchain. He was the one that kind of thought a lot of this stuff up. So here he is. He did a video today. He started another channel. It's called EOS, Vote EOS San Diego 1. Here it is. It's down below. I'll highlight it. I'll also put the link in it. Vote EOS San Diego 1. He is going to cover most of what we do as far as block producers are concerned. So he's going to have that information on his channel. I'm going to do more of EOS updates and keep you current with EOS news and what's going on with the coin, the token, the prices, new developments, new news. I'm going to keep you available of that. He's going to start talking a little bit more about the token and about being a block producer and about what's going on with that and the tools we're getting ready to build. We've been block producers for a few months now, and we're getting ready to build some really nice tools for the community. And we want your input. And that's kind of what his channel is going to be, is input for tools and also some other comments that you'd like to make or something you'd like to see or hear. And of course, we're going to be dealing with some of the issues that EOS is having as far as security is concerned. We've already dealt with that a little bit with our Safeguard EOS account. But we're going to be doing a little bit more, and we're going to be depositing some EOS into that account to get that going. We'd like to run that account up to a few 100,000 EOS, so people start to get a little bit of security at what's going on there, and keeping some sort of cushion between the people that are stealing EOS and the ability to keep EOS safe and keep people so they can recover through some sort of insurance plan. And that's what we're hoping to do here very soon. But we got a lot of things going on, and we're trying to do the best we can for what we have to work with, and that's what we're working on right now. So here's his channel. Hopefully you can have a chance to watch this video. It's a really good video. He made a nice video, and he's going to continue to make those videos. The other thing I want to make mention to is there's a tool out there. Actually, it's a tool, all value add tools. And they rank the block producers on EOS as far as what they're, what they're giving back to the community. And we really appreciate this, because they actually launched put us at 33. So as far as giving back to the community, they have us as a 33 block producer, 33rd block producer. Of course, we don't trade that high, or we're not that high as far as block producers are concerned. We're usually around the 114, 115, 116 range. So they put us up a lot higher than we actually rank in voting. And one of the reasons is because we started voting late. The other reason is because there were already people voting, and people have made their votes and they kind of forgotten their vote. It just kind of stays with one block producer, and it's just not really, everybody's a little bit uncomfortable of how to vote and how to stake tokens and everything. So I believe we'll be moving up, but we appreciate them giving us this higher ranking for what we've done. And I really appreciate it, because a lot of people really haven't given us much attention, and we've put some work into this. And of course, we dropped on almost 170,000 accounts. We give our token out to 170,000 accounts So we put a lot into the community. We invested a lot into that airdrop, and we gave the token back to the community. So we've given a lot to this community, and we are going to give a lot more. We've given a lot as far as our time and our money and our token, and now we're going to start giving block rewards, our block tools back, and we're doing everything we can. And I'm glad somebody recognizes it, because very few people recognize us. In fact, I think of all the 100 top proxies, not one proxy, not even one proxy has voted EOS San Diego 1. So if you go to EOS Flare and you look at the proxies, not one single proxy has ever voted for EOS San Diego 1. Maybe one, but I think it was outside way, and I don't even think they're doing it any longer. And we have given out, let me see here, about over 2 billion tokens to the community, as well as doing these nightly videos, as well as being block producer and supporting the chain. We have done a lot of stuff, as well as support people that have lost EOS and trying to help them recover EOS, as far as talking to people and all that other stuff. And now we're building tools, and not one proxy finds it within themselves to vote for us, not even one. And they can vote for 30. So I think I see 100 proxies out there that can vote for 30. What is that? 3,000 possibility votes, and we don't even get one. So anyway, I do appreciate all value add tools voting for us. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. The next thing I want to talk about a little bit is I want to talk about this new actually, and I never had heard of it before either. It's called TapATalk, and this is actually a competitor of Twitter and Reddit with 300 million users. Now think about that, 300 million users. And they're ready to onboard this onto the EOS. They're going to start running this application that they have, this social media application. They're going to start running this on EOS, and they're making this announcement today. Actually, is it today that they're making the announcement? Yeah, the 21st. So yeah, today is the 21st, I believe, or it's the 22nd. So they made the announcement yesterday. This is a huge announcement that they're going to start running this on the EOS blockchain, and the reason that they're going to run this on the blockchain is because of the ability to make a micropayment, which we've talked about this before. This is a huge advantage to being on a blockchain. So there's a lot of ways, there's a lot of places where you want to give somebody some reward, but it's in such an insignificant amount or such a small amount that you can't do it anyway. You can't do a PayPal for a few dollars. You can't do a bank transfer. You can't do any kind of bank interaction for just a few dollars, especially when you're doing maybe international transactions or something around the world, because the cost of the transaction is going to be way more than the actual transaction. And this actual TapATalk is going to be doing microtransactions, and they do it in this gold points. He says they use gold points for being able to use small amounts of money to go back and forth, or be able to have people earn rewards, or actually I think spend small amounts. And it's also the same way with gaming. If you go on a gaming platform and you win a game, or you're being able to achieve something on a game, and you want to be able to give that person, that gamer, something for a benefit, but you can't, because there's just no way to do it with third-party banks taking so much of the transaction. So because of micropayments, they're going to start using the EOS blockchain. And he was talking about this. This is actually the CEO, Winter Wong, and they're based out of Los Angeles. They have 40 developers, 40 engineers that are employed on this. They have 300 million users. We have a niche market. We have integrated and interface a mobile app for communities from around the world that are oftentimes being hosted by local servers. Okay, blockchain introduced. The introduction of blockchain is quite a natural step for us. We had previously introduced gold points as in-platform rewards. Okay, the reward system, just like Steam It and some of these others that we use. Now placing them on the blockchain will enable micro payments, small amounts of money being transferred, and make it more fungible, says Mr. Wong. They're not going to do an ICO. Do you have an ICO plan? He says no, but eventually he would like gold points to be listed on the exchange. to make them more liquid. So they want to put them on a decentralized DEX exchange, these tokens, so that when you earn them, you can have an ability to buy and sell. So this is a big amount of people that are going to be introduced to blockchain, introduced to EOS actually. And he goes on to say that the reason that they're using EOS is because EOS is easy to onboard people. It's also scales that we've talked about quite often in this, and it's inexpensive for them to do this. It's very inexpensive. It says, here's what he says: why EOS? EOS has good APIs. It's scalable and affordable. No, not at all. We have had to stake a relatively small amount in its 5 figures. So somewhere around 5 figures is what they've had to stake in order to be able to run their mobile application on the EOS blockchain. So this is a huge thing going on. Onboarding 300 million users, almost as much as Reddit and Twitter. And if you want to know what they do, and I was doing a little bit more research on these. If you've ever, I don't know how many people, I know everybody probably has heard of Google Plus. I used to be pretty big into Google Plus. Google Plus was Google's social media platform. It was going to rival Facebook and some of these other big social media platforms, but it never really took off. And I think the main reason it didn't take off is because Google just didn't quite know what to do with it. I think they were trying to figure out a way to make it worth monetized, and then he also didn't know how to proceed with it. And they just kind of toyed around with it for a while, but it gained a lot of users, and everybody had a Google Plus account. If you had a Gmail account and you had a Google Places or any of these things that Google supplies, you got a Google Plus account. And this TapATalk actually is integrating your Google Plus account into their into their mobile platform. And here it is. This is just a link to how to do it. Log into migrate Google Plus communities and preserve your identity. So you can take all those followers and all those pictures and all those things that you all those reviews and everything you had in Google Plus, and you can put it in this TapATalk. So this is the way they're gaining a lot of onboard users, by doing something like being able to integrate Google Plus accounts into this. So this is big because everybody knows Google Plus is huge. And I think Google has discontinued it. I don't know exactly. I think I got a notice here not too long ago that I had to get my stuff off there. And what I did is I just put it on my computer, on my hard drive, all the pictures that I wanted to save and everything. But if I would have known about this, I would have just put it all on this, and I would have had everything really nicely done right there. So this is something I think that's driving price. This is something that I think will continue to drive price. These kind of onboard users, where you're bringing hundreds of millions of people into the use of this and using the EOS blockchain, because it scales and because it's affordable for them to do it. And they're able to do so much more, like micropayments. There's so many things that this is an advantage for. So lots of good stuff going on here as far as EOS is concerned. And like I say, please support EOS San Diego 1. We are block producers. Watch my son's channel. I really would appreciate that. He did a really nice video, and he's got a little surprise in that video for you too. So please watch the video. You're going to get you're going to see something. It's pretty good. He's got a nice surprise for you in that video. And of course, the challenge application, we're working on that very hard. We're going to hopefully have some new updates here very soon. We're going to change the user interface and do a few other things, and it's going to really turn out well when we get it completely finished. Everything is a stepping stone. Everything takes time, and everything's a process. As I was reading the other day with EOS and some of the stuff they're doing, they were saying, hey, we are working, we are doing it, we're making it happen. Be patient. These things are all happening in time, and they're all going to turn out really well. And of course, right now with the price up 40% in 7 days, I don't think many people are complaining. So I think this is a good time, and it's going to continue to get to be a better time. More and more of this is starting to unfold as far as blockchain is concerned. More people are understanding what blockchain is, how it works. More people are realizing that the only blockchain out there that really has value, or has the amount of value that it need, or amount of value that it should have, based on the fact that it works so well with so many things, scalability. I mean, I think a lot of the blockchains are still trying to figure out what they do. And I think EOS has figured out what it does. EOS is utility. It's a great place to build. It's a great place to run an application. It's got scalability. It's affordable. It's free for users. And I think they found what they do, and they do it well. And I think they're the only ones that really have. Ethereum is still trying to figure out how to scale. I think Bitcoin is still trying to kind of figure out what they do, if they're a store of value or if they're gold, what it is they do. So I think the only blockchain that really has a secure identity right now is EOS, because that's why I support the EOS blockchain. And that's why I make these videos every single night. So anyway, I appreciate you watching. Thank you very much. Have a very good evening. Thank you very much.